dirty dog.
What up, everybody? Here we go. Good morning.
Blumenfield.
Item 28 for an
Man,
amendment.
there's nobody in there. Oh,
All right.
guys, it's raining pretty good here.
Councilmember Lee.
I wouldn't expect rather it to be
Item
pretty
number
packed. As you can see, there's
23
like 5
and
people.
24, like to make a verbal
LA River is
recommendation to
normally
accept the
completely
Public
empty.
Safety
You can
Committee
skateboard
report.
in it, and here it is. This is what it looks like right now.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
Normally, you're
All right.
skateboarding in this, and this
Councilmember
is
Hernandez.
10 feet down.
Council President,
That's
I would
10
like to
feet
call
deep at
items
least.
23 and 24 special for
And now
separate
it's
vote.
3
All
feet
right,
deep.
2, 3, and 2,
So
4.
7 feet of
All
water.
right. Council.
It's raining.
Any council
It's
members
a-raining.
on my right side? None? All right.
People live
Any
down
other
there.
specials? All right.
What's up, Israel?
Which items are available
Shout out to you. Good
for
morning.
consideration at this time, Mr. Clerk?
Well, we'll see.
Mr. President, there's a request to hold item 21 on the desk.
Yeah,
All right, without
Matt.
objection.
The council may now vote
But
on
Matt,
items
you got to remember,
16
we got to
through
keep
20,
doing it only because
22.
it's all by their design. It's their design to slowly cut off the public comment completely, as they've already done with the telephonic comments. You can't call in anymore. So that's their whole thing. So we must be the thorn in their sides, Matt.
For which motion
We
Lee
must.
Harris Dawson has been introduced, held on the desk for Councilmember Hernandez for a separate vote.
All right.
Is
let's
there? I
open the
wouldn't
roll
doubt
on
it,
that
Christopher,
item.
if there's more than one.
Close the roll.
Like I was
Tabulate
just
the
saying,
vote.
they have lots of people, homeless people that go down there and live in there. Nobody bugs them. There's usually no rain or water. You can skateboard around in there, walk in and
The
out.
council may now consider
Problem
and
is
vote on item
they tell them
24
it's going to
held on the
rain.
desk
They
for
say to get
a
out. They
separate
think,
vote,
it's
called
not going to
special by
rain much.
Councilmember Hernandez.
And then you
All right,
wake up,
let's open the roll on
right?
24.
And you're in the middle of this. And now you're
Councilmember
literally in the island like where I'm at. And how do I get over
Thank you so
here
much,
or to
Council
the other
President.
side? You can't.
Given that,
You
this
scream
issue is such
until the fire
I think
department
it's a
comes
lot
with the
of
Swiftwater
attention. I just
rescue.
wanted to explain to the public why I'll be voting no on this item today.
That's what they do.
This was an item that we heard in public
common
safety
thing.
last week. And part of that vote was
I'm
actually
good.
getting
What's up, Tony?
testimony from a lot of the companies that deal with.
I mean, it's not the
copyright.
greatest
So it was a
skateboarding
wonderful
place, though,
conversation, and
Hoosier. I'm just saying
I
you
wanna thank
could
the chair,
skateboard in
Mr.
there.
Lee,
It's not
for
like it's
bringing them in, 'cause it
a
was very
bowl
enlightening.
or something
But
cool.
one of the most enlightening things,
You know, it's filled with
that
graffiti. They
I
go in their
heard
graffiti.
There was that some of the private companies offer rewards of $25,000.
Yeah, not a smart move, Kenneth. You can die pretty quickly.
For wire theft.
People
And
don't
the
realize
gentleman
there's a
said
lot of debris in
that
there,
that
and the
doesn't work.
debris will hit you.
And so here we are.
And it's
with a
moving faster than
$1,000
you think.
reward, and I just
I
think
assure you,
given
it's
what I
moving
heard in
quicker
that
than you
public
think it
safety
is. It
meeting,
looks slow,
I
but
just
it's
think
moving.
This is the best use of city resources and time. In addition to that, we've had conversations about streetlight outages here in the city of Los
I know,
Angeles.
Mike.
and
You need to
even the
tell
Bureau of
him.
Street
Send him
Lighting
a-
has said
send
that
him a
60% of the streetlight
memo.
outages have nothing to do with theft. In fact, it's just regular maintenance that the city has neglected to do over the years.
So now it's the
This
city's
should come
fault.
as no surprise because we haven't assessed our street
Hi, Alex.
lighting funds since 1996.
Hi, buddy.
We've had to do eliminate vacancies and so forth. And so I think the real heart of the issue, although I agree that we should pay attention to copper wire theft, I don't think this really strikes at how we solve the issue. The way we solve the issue is by fortifying our streetlights, hardening them, and putting more resources into the department that is woefully underfunded in this moment. And there are some plans to do that, but I just don't think this is the way we solve the issue that I think the public is asking for. And that's why I'll be registering a no vote for this today.
All right, thank you, Mr. Soto Martinez. Seeing no other comments, let's open the roll on this item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
9 ayes, 1 no.
There he is.
Mr. President, the ordinance for item 24 will be held over
My
to
bro's
Tuesday,
coming in to
October
go to sleep
21st,
in the back row.
25 for
At least it
second
keeps him
consideration
warm in there.
unless reconsidered.
It's out of the
Today, some
rain.
votes, and it's actually 8
Nice and
because
warm.
Mr. Soto Martinez is on here as a yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. And for the record, that would be 8 ayes and 2 noes, and the ordinance will be held over to Tuesday, October 21st, 2025 for second consideration due to the lack of a majority vote.
All right, what's next?
Mr. President, there is a request to send item
Melanie?
19 forthwith.
Without objection?
Mr. President, the council may now move on to closed session items 41 through 44
least-
considered by the Budget and Finance
Yeah, it
Committee.
started
All
raining.
right, we'll hold those
10
until
o'clock last night.
Our budget chair is here. What's next?
The council may now
Sean?
proceed to public comment.
All right.
Here we
I'll
go.
turn the
It's only
over
like
to
3
the
people. It's going to be a quick one
Clerk and the
today.
city attorney on public comment, but just as a matter of logistics, there are few enough people here that if you want to speak,
Keep working that
you
hard,
should just
those
line
hard
up
days, Henry. It's going
on
to pay
the,
off.
Right side of the building.
Helping
your
a lot of
left,
people, making a lot of money,
and
doing a
we'll
lot of good
go,
for yourself.
In order of folks being lined
More
up.
important
City
than smoking
attorney.
scan.
Yes, Mr. President. To people providing public comment, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the
Hopefully
agenda
Mr.
items,
Herman's
you
in there. I
must
didn't
be
see
on
him.
topic.
Paging Mr.
Our goal is
Herman.
to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic,
Oh, yeah,
you
it
will
is,
get
Colonel.
one brief warning from me or the council president.
It's really
At
when
that
the wind
point,
comes.
You need to get immediately and clearly on topic.
No rain down
If you
there.
do not do so,
Allison?
or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker.
What you get for living in the
The
nicest
items
place in the
open
country.
for public comment on the agenda are
The
items
most
number
sunny
1
place in the
through
entire
15,
country. That's what you get.
and items 27 through 40. Again, the items open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 through 15 and items 27 through 40. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction.
Honest work always pays
One
off.
more announcement I'd like to
And
I'd
it
like to
pays
have
off
the,
even more in
interpreters
10,
make it
15,
aloud to
20
room,
years
please.
when you become the boss.
If you
And
require
you hire
a
a
Spanish
bunch of
language
people
interpreter,
working for you.
please make sure to pause every few sentences so the interpreters can interpret.
Si usted requiere interpretación en
Ah,
español,
it's been,
por favor,
I gotta tell
haga
you,
una
redneck,
pausa
it
entre
was
sus oraciones
drizzle
para
last
que el
night.
intérprete pueda
It's been
interpretar.
raining.
Don't worry, we will pause your time while the
I assure you,
interpreters are
you don't
interpreting.
get that from
so
just
you will
drizzle.
Get the same amount of time as
That's
everyone
not
else.
just
Thank
drizzle.
you.
I assure you,
No se
this shit was
preocupen, vamos
24
a
hours
detener
ago.
el
This
reloj
shit was
mientras
dead
el
empty.
intérprete está
You'd see the
interpretando
bottom
y
of
de
it.
ese modo va
Go
usted
walk
tener
around in there
la misma
24
cantidad de
hours
tiempo
ago.
que los demás.
And you
Gracias.
do realize that this is about 10, 15
Good
feet
morning.
tall,
Which items
right?
would you like to speak to?
It
Good
looks like
morning.
it's
General
5 feet,
comment and item
and you have
35,
2 feet of
please.
water. No, you
So
got
you'll have
7
1 minute
feet
for
of
the
water
item and 1 minute
and
for
another
general. Go
4
ahead.
feet of wall.
Ani Boyajan with Central City Association.
Look, there's a
Speaking
fucking
strong
bridge.
support
You
of
see the
items
cars
24
going
and
by the bridge
35.
up there, don't you?
First, I want to express our strong support for
You
the
can
creation
tell.
of a metal and wire theft reward program. The growing threat of copper wire theft has left communities in the dark, resulting in dangerous outcomes such as loss of connectivity to emergency services, risks to public safety and event security, and significant financial
Under
burdens for
over
both the
2,
city
guys.
and our telecommunication partners. Having a
and
metal
slams
and
on
wire
the
theft reward program
on the
would
podium.
enhance the public's ability to see something
2,
and say
under
something,
oath.
leading to arrest of individuals engaged in copper wire theft. This would increase accountability, deter criminal activity, and ultimately protect city infrastructure and critical services. Regarding item 35, we applaud Councilmember Jurado's leadership in addressing the rise of copper wire theft and vandalism impacting downtown Los Angeles. These crimes have repeatedly hit the heart of our city, turning downtown's once bright and welcoming streets into dark and uneasy spaces. Downtown LA has been disproportionately affected
General public comment?
Downtown LA has been disproportionately affected by copper wire theft, leaving major corridors and iconic landmarks like 6th Street Bridge unlit for months at a time. Right now, on average, repairs can take more than 180 days. That's 6 months where lights stay out, businesses lose visibility and nighttime foot traffic, and residents and visitors feel unsafe walking after dark. This isn't just about public safety. It's about protecting our city's vitality. As the city's economic engine, downtown generates roughly 30% of the city's total tax revenue. To keep the engine running and Los Angeles strong, we need targeted attention and investment in our urban core to accelerate outage repair times, upgrade aging infrastructure, and ensure downtown's resources are fortified with a focus on prevention and long-term resilience. That is why CCA is proud to support items 24 and 35. Thank you.
Well, it's just so funny, Kenneth, how all the people who say they're smart use and a whole lot.
General comment.
Okay, good morning. You have 1 minute.
Item 25 was submitted without apparent legal review. The original motion from 2018 includes an anonymous single page of legal scribblings, which is full of mistakes. Most consequentially, it views the City Council as a limited public forum, whereas it is really a designated public forum. That means you must have content-neutral rules rather than viewpoint-neutral rules.
Right.
I have uploaded an opinion from City Attorney Delgadillo, which explicitly states that racial slurs may not be prohibited under the U.S. Constitution and should therefore not be treated as disruptive. But the main problem is that there is no functioning oversight which should have caught this. Brown Act violations are potentially criminal violations which cannot be remedied through the civil process. And while First Amendment violations might not cause immediate physical harm, other legal violations by the city are getting people killed. Since the DA
Hey, BJ,
won't do its
good morning.
job, it's your responsibility to ask the governor
Speaker,
for...
your time has expired. Next speaker.
Good to see you, Beach. There he
As
is.
submitted on the kiosk, all items in general public comment.
Okay. Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items
Here
and
we
1 minute
go.
for general. Please begin with the items.
So item 27 refers to traffic control services for the protest that was
MSA?
like 2 weeks ago. So it doesn't specify what these traffic control services are. So I'm hoping that that does not include LAPD brutalizing protesters or anything like that, because that's frequently what traffic control seems to entail. So let's move on. We have mental health services in CD3. Hopefully that's providing like actual mental health services and not just criminalizing people. So let's see. We have item 30, which is
Jason?
related to the Just Say Hello public service announcement, extending it for another month or so. How about some actual efforts to further civil rights in the city? How about some fighting against the fascist authoritarian dictator wannabe in the White House who's creating all kinds of hateful policies and harming people? Maybe actually fight towards civil rights instead of just creating a few street banners that say "Just Say Hello." Like that's not even the bare minimum of what you should be doing to fight for civil rights in this country, especially with what's going on right now.
Fancy.
So we move on to item 33, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Just want to make everyone aware that 40% of cops beat up their wives. Okay, let's move on to item 34, the public restroom in C13. How about, in addition to this public restroom, how about you open up all the other public restrooms that you closed off to give more money to the LAPD? There's a lot of restrooms that are still just sitting out there fenced off because you cut the budget for public restrooms. So maybe you should also reopen all those public restrooms that you closed off. Let's see. Let's move on to item 36. Lights on after school. How about you work to
Thank you, Tom.
fix all the street lights so the lights will be on after school? Let's move on to item 37, Latino Heritage Month. How about you fire Jim McDonnell so that the LAPD will stop, because the LAPD is assisting ICE in terrorizing the Latino community. So let's move on to, I guess we're pretty much at general public comments here.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
So Isabel doesn't seem to be here. She's too busy brutalizing, sweeping unhoused people in this stormy weather. So we have Ulysses. You did a massive sweep last weekend. Well, you have anything to say about that? Because it sounds like you were kind of terrorizing, you and your staffers were kind of terrorizing the unhoused community over in the Westlake area, MacArthur Park area. So, yeah, what's going on with that? Because you said you weren't going to do that kind of thing, but here we are. You're working with your office is working with LAPD to brutalizing unhoused people in your district. So, it's stormy weather out there right now. It's flash flooding, thunderstorm warnings. This would be a great day to have call-in comment at this meeting, because there's not even a lot of people here because it's hard to even get out here in all this weather. It took me like 2 hours to get out here today because it's so stormy out there.
Next speaker.
All right, it's even. Nobody's wins. It's a push. Nobody's a winner. Nobody's a loser.
Good
Vegas
morning.
got
Which
it
items
right.
Would you like to speak to?
Buenos días. ¿De qué puntos en el artículo quiere hablar? En la agenda
He's
quiere
right
hablar?
though about the stormy weather and the call-in comment.
Trabajo de
He is.
justo de comida rápida.
I would like to
Comentario
talk.
público.
True.
I would like to give a public comment on the ordinance for just paying jobs for fast food workers. Adelante.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Tiene un minuto para comentario general.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Lisette Aguilar. Soy trabajadora en la comida rápida en un McDonald's. Hoy estoy aquí para hablar sobre la necesidad
Oh, Laser Lady just
de
walked in.
pasar la ordenanza de trabajo justo en la comida rápida. La
Hello.
capacitación de conocer nuestros derechos es muy importante para nosotros los trabajadores. Es esencial para todos los trabajadores de comida rápida.
Hold on just a second.
¿Me permite, señora? Señorita. Gracias. My name is Lisette Aguilar, and I am a fast food worker at the McDonald's. And I'm here to ask to pass the ordinance for fair wages for fast food workers. Training and education is needed for us to know what our rights are, and it's essential for us as workers. Adelante, por favor.
Es muy importante conocer nuestros derechos. Yo pasé muchas situaciones difíciles durante la pandemia. Nuestros empleadores no nos querían dar el equipo necesario para estar seguros, a mí y a mis compañeros. Fue entonces hasta que me uní a la unión y conocí mis derechos.
Hi, TJ.
Por eso hoy les pido y les insto a que nos apoyen a pasar esta ordenanza de trabajo justo para la comida rápida para todos los trabajadores. Nuestros empleadores no quieren que conozcamos nuestros derechos.
¿Me permite, por favor? Knowing our rights is so essential for us. During the pandemic, we went through a lot, including not being given the tools that we needed to remain safe. Our bosses don't want us to know what our rights are, and it's so important for us to know. It wasn't until I joined the union that I got to learn what my rights were as a worker.
McDonald's has a
And I
union?
am asking you to please pass this ordinance
Union?
for fair wages for fast food workers.
Fast
Adelante.
food worker
Por
union?
eso debemos asegurarnos de que todos los trabajadores reciban la capacitación.
How much union due do you pay? They love you, ma'am. You don't say anything to the union. They just keep sucking at you like the leeches
That's
they
why we
are.
must make sure that
Doing
all
nothing
fast food
for you.
workers
Because if
receive
they
the
were doing
training that
something
they
for you,
need in
ma'am,
terms
you
of
wouldn't be
what
in
their
here
rights are.
complaining. Boom.
Next speaker.
So there goes your union. Oh, my girlfriend. Here she is. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm continuing with reading Directed Energy Attacks by Ron Johnson.
Let's do it.
Ron Johnson is more conservative than Trump. So
Johnson.
I have, okay, energy weapon systems are well known for being able to attack every organ in the body, including the eyes. And so there really is no limit as to what can be affected. By the way, this guy is an electronic engineer. And if you start reading his thing, he's describing an oscilloscope and all these electrical equipment, and I realized, yeah, this guy really is. Even though he's on the right, and he calls us the something state, and he says we are the ones that are hiding stuff that he needs to be shielded. It's kind of funny. I don't agree with this guy at all. However, he's an expert. He's an electrician. The woman also that my Renee Pittman, she's a black lady in Pacoima, not Pacoima, Palmdale, and she's also religious. So my other one is that
Your
my
time has expired.
doctor,
And is there anyone else here
optometrist,
for public
is trying
comment?
to fuck me. This guy is named
Mr. President, it appears as though we have exhausted public comment.
Kahali.
Would you like to close?
And he doesn't even know what he's doing.
All right, that concludes
That's it.
public comment.
I guess our show's over today.
Mr. Clerk, what's next?
Fastest
Mr.
show in
President,
history,
there's an
19
item
minutes, and he
25
went from
forthwith.
electrical engineer to an
Objection,
electrician.
that'll be ordered. What's next?
The council may now vote on items
Oh,
1 through 14,
boy.
27, and 29 through 40.
You
All right, let's
come,
open the
Miss
roll on
A.
these items.
You just can't
Close
catch the
roll,
bouquet.
tabulate the vote.
13 eyes.
All right, what's next?
Boy, oh boy.
The council may not consider item 15, called special by Councilmember Nazarian.
All right, Mr. Nazarian, comments? No
Oh,
comments? All right,
Nazaria, get up
so
in
let's
here.
open the roll on Do we have to open the roll on these amendments separately, or can we do it as one?
The item can be
Hell
voted
yeah, I'm
on
going back
as
to
one
bed.
item, sir.
All right, let's open the roll on item
No
number
reason
15.
to be up right now.
Close the
Fucking
roll.
Go
Tabulate
watch the
vote.
rain. I'm gonna go watch this.
11
That's what I'm
ayes,
gonna
2
watch.
noes.
The sprinkling. Look at all
Mr.
the
President,
trash in the water.
regards to
Can you see all the
ordinance
dirt,
for
the dirt,
15A,
debris in the
ordinance
water, all the
requires 12
garbage?
unanimous votes. Therefore, this ordinance will be held over to Tuesday, October 21st,
That's what I'm saying. You're in
2025
there with all this
for a
garbage.
second consideration.
People think,
There
oh, wait,
is a
you're just in
request
there
to
with
send the
rainwater. No, you're in there with
ordinances in
garbage.
Item 15B.
All the garbage, the
forthwith.
homeless encampments
All right,
that are getting
without
swept
objection,
away with
Ms.
all their garbage.
The council may
Yeah.
now consider
Uh-huh.
items 41 through 44,
Uh-huh.
which are closed session items considered by the Budget and Finance Committee.
All right, we'll hear from our budget chair on these items.
Thank you, Council President. Budget and Finance considered and approved items 41 through 44 in committee on October 7th, and I recommend we approve these items. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Clerk, if we can read the details into the record and call the roll.
Yes, Mr. President. For item 41, in the case relative to Cynthia Menchaca versus City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $112,500 in settlement. For item 42, in the case entitled Stella Caninian versus County of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend up to $150,000 in settlement. For item 43, in the case entitled Maritza Garixian versus City of Los Angeles et al., there's a recommendation to expend
India's
up to
worst. Oh yeah, that's
$280,000
a
in
clean
settlement.
swimming pool
And
in
for
India.
item 44, in the case entitled Maria del Carmen Gonzalez versus City of Los Angeles et al., there is a recommendation to
swimming
expend
pool
up
in
to
India.
$375,000 in settlement.
All right,
India is
so those
disgusting.
items are before us. Let's open the roll.
You
Close
couldn't
the
pay me
roll,
enough to go to
tabulate the
India.
vote.
13 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now consider item 21 held for Council Member Yaroslavsky.
Yep, straight to the ocean. All that
Councilmember
garbage
Yaroslavsky,
being straight up
comments?
pushed into the Pacific.
I just have a
Sucks.
minor technical amendment.
Okay,
That's it.
all right. So that item. as amended is
Needles and all
before
the
us.
other
Let's open the
garbage
roll,
from those folks in
Close the
there.
roll, tabulate the vote.
Awesome.
Mr. President, the amending motion
Poor
has not
fish
been
have to deal with all
distributed.
that.
All right, so let's table this item. There's a dispute about whether or not it's been circulated.
Guys, we might even have another meeting here. Hold on a second.
All right, we're going to hold item 21 until we get that resolved. Let's go to item.
Hang on one second. Let's stare at the beautiful, bustling L.A. County, L.A. City River. A good old river in Los Angeles. L.A. River, baby. All right, now Daniel told me about another meeting that's about to start here. And he says there's plenty of crazies. It's here in L.A. See, I'm subscribed, but it shows the notifications are off. Why? Try to unsubscribe and then just resubscribe. Okay, let's try that. Okay, now we're subscribed. Again. Let's click on their page. Click live. Okay, I see upcoming. Is that today? Yep, that's today. 10:45. 8 minutes, it says. They're starting in 8 minutes. So this is the count. Like, again, we were just watching the city, right? And they're squandering. Now this is the county. Daniel says it's in the same place. It's just a few rooms away. So we'll watch that since we got nothing here today. Maybe they're over there. We'll see.
We're going to have a kids stage with a magician, children acts, children musicians, and we're also going to have an adult stage with bands like BWA and many others who are going to be providing some phenomenal entertainment. You can try food from Las Cazuelas and a bunch of other small businesses that line the Figueroa corridor. Again, this is Música en Poemas, the Power of Us music festival, poetry festival taking place in Highland Park this Saturday from 1 to 6 p.m. on Figueroa
Yeah, I used to
Boulevard.
fish all the time as a kid.
All right, thank you.
and a young adult.
All right, Mr. Clerk.
My friend Brandon and
You
I would
ready
go
to
fishing all the
take
time,
votes?
but mostly
Yes, sir. The council may now consider item
salt water,
21,
you know, in
for
the
which
ocean.
amending motion 21A, Yaroslavsky
Fresh
Bloomfield
water.
has been introduced,
I
circulated,
don't know
and
if there's
posted
so
on the
much
bulletin
great
board.
fish, freshwater
All right,
fishing around
let's
here.
open the roll on that item.
I mean, there's plenty
Close
of
the
places
roll,
to fish
tabulate the vote.
freshwater, but
13 eyes.
All right, what's
Lake
next?
Pyramid or
The council may
Piru or
now consider
Castaic,
item
all that
28,
great.
for
We're
which
all
amending
right.
motion 28A, Bloomfield Ramen, has been introduced, circulated, and posted on the bulletin board.
All right, let's open the roll on that item. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 eyes.
All right, what's next?
Council has motions for posting and referral.
They are posted and referred. Additional announcements, members? All right, additional announcements. Seeing no additional announcements, I'll ask that everybody in the chamber rise for adjourning motions.
All right, they're already ready to get out of here. See, why even get here? See, that's what I'm saying. Now with the rain and no public comment, you know, on the phone,
The adjourning
that's
motions
what you
to
get.
my left.
It's all working to a T. Their plan is working to a
Adjourning
T.
motions to my right. All right, seeing none, we are adjourned.
All
See
these
you
people
tomorrow
know how
morning.
to do is destroy things. You couldn't point to one thing that any of them have done for the city creatively that is done great and well working. None of that. It doesn't happen. It's not true. Right? So, that's just how they do's it. They break shit. They don't fix shit. They break it. We must fix it. So we'll see. We'll try this out for a little bit. We'll see what they're up to. If it's real bad, we'll adjourn till later. What's up, KJ? How are you? Oh, you're not. There's no fish in there. There ain't no fish in there. And if they are, you're definitely not trying to eat it. I don't know what kind of fish besides a pond trout. I don't know what would be in there. Nothing. Algae suckers or something. That's about it. There's no way. No fish in there. And you didn't even miss anything. All you missed was You did 2 and that was it. Because of the weather, nobody really came out. This is right behind Universal Studios. B. This is right behind there. That I believe is Lancashire right there, the street Lancashire. Yeah. So on that side over there is the back side of Universal Studios. More of like NBC's lot and all that stuff. I think that's their side. So they do filming and shit there. What's up, Strawberry? How are you? Look at all the dirt. Just look at the water. The water is filled with just garbage. It's not clean water by any stretch. But I guess in one respect it does clean the riverbed out. But what happens then? It dries out. These people walk back in there, or other people throw their shit in there, and then happens again on the next rain. And then all this shit is pushed out to sea. And then they tell you, don't go in the ocean for 2 days because it's really bad. So yeah. What's up, MJ? It's close to you, MJ. It's just minutes from you. Just a few minutes. You can walk to there. What's up, Daniel? How are you? Man, that's crazy, Miss A. Yeah, there's none of that here. Maybe right at the mouth where it meets, you know what I mean, where it's actually at the beach and spilling, the spillway, where it goes into the water, into the ocean, rather. Maybe right there they do. But I wouldn't see anything else. It's just sad to see how much garbage. There's just a lot of low-life motherfuckers. I look at you as a low-life when you just throw your garbage on the ground. You eat your banana peel, you just toss it on the ground. Eat your corn and throw it in the gutter. It's just a low-life. Parents didn't teach you no better. And that's why that looks like that. So, that's some low-life shit. Scott, you didn't miss anything. But Sky, in 2 minutes and 26 seconds, we're going to watch the LA County Board of Supervisors, which Daniel tells me there's plenty of crazies in there. So we'll give it a little whirl right here. Again, I wouldn't think it's going to be too much more packed, only because it's rainy. But I do believe he said that there is call-ins. So funny how the county of Los Angeles allows call-ins, but the city of Los Angeles does not allow call-ins. But we know why. Because Jason has them right here. That's why. Jason got them right here. Jason is, I don't know, 2,500 miles away from the city. It's hysterical. I wish I did, Adam. I don't. All I do is, there's a few people in here a couple that are really into the crypto, and they want me to get into it, and I don't know anything about it. And I don't know how to set up a wallet and not get it hacked or whatever. So I just opened the Cash App, and when they send $20, I buy $20 worth of Bitcoin. They tell me it's not the best thing to buy it there, but I don't know any other way to do it unless I have somebody who actually knows what they're doing come and setting it up the right way, because I don't trust myself to do it and then do it wrong, and then the shit's gone, all the money's gone. So, yeah, I don't really know how to do that. And actually make the link. I got to actually ask Colton. I'll ask Colton, see. I'm sure he probably knows how to do that, because that would be a thing for him. He knows how to do, like, the link and then, set the link on the page so you can just see it there and all that good stuff. That's what Colton helps me out with. I don't know how to do that shit. Coinbase, super easy. Yeah. I just didn't want to get ripped off. And I know that, like I said, a lot of people want to send 10, 20, $50. I mean, before you know it, you have $200, $300, $400, $500 in there, and I don't want that ripped off. You know what I mean? Yeah, just email me. If you need to send something. Information. I'll read it there. Daniel confirms there is call-in. We got, should be starting now. Let me refresh here, because I'm watching on the other side, just says waiting for. It's weird. It doesn't allow me to open the page up anymore. Maybe it does when they start. Starts in under 5? Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking here, and the little timer they had, it went off. And it's funny, because just like the city, 110 people are waiting and no comments. They don't allow comments. So let's give them a thumbs down. They only have 2 thumbs ups. Because no matter what they say, I'm sure I'll give them a thumbs down. Thank you, Darren. Yeah. Set up a stream to show us how to set. Jay, I wouldn't be the one. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I hire Colton to do all this stuff. Trust me. I know I want the live sign, the smoke and scan, the little ticker. I know how I want it. I don't know how to do any of it. So I pay somebody to do it all while I can sell cards in the other room, list cards to pay for him putting this up. So it works out for everybody. You know what I mean? And I can do things while he's doing that, and helps me out. And it looks better when they do it because they do it the right way and I do it half-ass. Because I remember when I made the link tree, it didn't have any of the emblems. Colton came in and put them in a nice order, put all emblems, so eBay has an emblem next to it. And these are things that I just don't even know. Oh, you want him to stream it live while he's doing it? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, again, there's times where we have hiccups and we're sitting here for an hour or two trying to figure things out. And that's why I'd rather just, figure them out and then go live. That's it, Katie. Shout out to you. Discord is alive. Oh, lots, Josh. In fact, they were already rescuing one when we got in. Every time this happens, we usually have at least one swiftwater rescue, if not a few. Fire department comes out there with the big raft and the helmets and all that, and have to get in there with the helicopter also. Follow the people that are coming, because I'm telling you, it seems like it's going slow, but I assure you, you jump in that water, you'll be surprised on how fast you're going. 10, 13 miles an hour, it's pulling you. Plus, you have all that debris smacking into you. Damon just downloaded a Phantom wallet on your time. Okay, I don't even know what that means. I'll have to look up what phantom wallet means. I don't know what any of this shit means. Just don't know. Just a dummy. Blue Jays have been getting their butt kicked. Well, I mean, you know, Jay, I mean, they were kicking the butts of the Yankees, so that's how it happens sometimes. It is a water full of caca. There's poop, there's pee, there's debris. There'll be a dead body in there for all you know. And it looks like there's a homeless encampment. Look on this side of the ridge. Look up that way. I'm pretty sure you can see a tent right there, like a grayish kind of tent. It looks like right on the water's edge. That's what I'm saying. People come down to these places because nobody bugs them. Caltrans doesn't go down there much unless there's a problem. You know, again, on a day like this, nobody's down here unless it's the fire department because somebody's in there and they can't get out. Well, I bet you fall in that, 80% of your chances are you going to die, 80% chance. 20% chance you live. It's more dangerous than you think it is. Let's see, there you go. Pluto just said a man and a woman and their 2 dogs. See, that's what I'm saying. Because what people don't realize is this shit was empty a few hours ago. Completely empty. Walk around it. And they have like little islands. There's like a literal island in the middle. And they'll go and camp out on the island. Why? Because they can walk in and out. Nobody bugs them. But when it rains, they tell you, oh, it's going to rain. And, you know, most of us in L.A. are like, what's it going to rain? 1/4 inch, 1/10, 2/10, whatever. Not going to rain much. But next thing you know, you get 1.5 inches of rain or so. And here you go. It starts crazy. And then you wake up in your tent in the middle of the river, and you're like, holy shit, now I can't walk out. I'm stuck here. We're stuck here. So they got to bring in the helicopter, or like I said, you know, the swift water team with the raft and get all that going. All right, so there's, oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, here we go. All right, so we're starting. You can call in. Oh, boy, 1 minute timer. When your name is called, be sure the phone is unmuted. Jason Jenkins and everybody. When you turn this, okay, let's see. Up, the bottom. Now, here we go. Phantom Solana wallet is the most popular you can get for BTC. So it's Bitcoin, Ethereum. I don't know what the other one is. ETC. I don't even know what the last one is. I know Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know what the last one was. Is there a? Let's see. Oh yeah. Hold on, I gotta wait for the music to stop because I will get a copyright for the music. It'll be fucking Tchaikovsky's Concerto. And I'll get fucking whoever owns the catalog to Tchaikovsky's gonna fucking ream me. There's the number right there. Oh boy, so you got an English and a Spanish access code for the ones who in Espanol only. I gotta be honest, I like when Mr. Herman speaks in Spanish because I know what he's saying and it's always wild. And, you know, the best is they don't want to interpret his comments mostly. They have a few times. So when they do interpret what he's saying, it's the best. It's the best to hear a calm man or woman in Spanish have to translate the nasty things he's saying. It's just funny to me. It's just funny. Chicago going wild right now? Holy smokes. You mean there's 20, 30 people in front of an ice place? Half of them are dressed like animals? It's like Portland, the whole riots in Portland, man. They were rioting crazy this weekend. I seen it too. It was about 100 people, and 75 of them were Patriots. 25 were Antifa. There's actually more people that hate Antifa in Portland there than there is actual Antifa. Times are changing. Times are a-changing. I don't know. some people have a different outlook on life. Like when I say riot, I mean, cars getting burnt, stores getting looted, flags getting burned, everything being, completely vandalized, cops' cars getting bricks thrown at them. You remember that? That's more of a riot. Standing in the street with a frog suit yelling at each other from across the street really isn't a riot. It doesn't constitute a riot to me. And the only one I really feel sorry for is the poor folks that have to live across the street and pay good money for the rent to live across the street to where all this is happening. Standoff in Chicago. Oh, boy. All right. ICE involved in a crash in Chicago. Came out and threw eggs at him. Oh boy, that's still assaulting a federal officer. It's not a smart move. Clans Tifa. Well, I think some of them do, Josh, for sure, but there's plenty that don't. In fact, you have Danny Mullen there yesterday. Anywhere where Danny Mullen's at really usually isn't, even though he came out when I was just talking about those LA kind of riots. He came out over here too. He wasn't there very long, but he was there. Him and Leo came out. Leo was dressed as the Cookie Monster. It's just it's a joke. It's really a joke. There's no threat there to the people or anything else. Should be starting any moment. Jonathan, any moment. Just like the county's just as, inept as the city. They're both as incompetent, both as impotent. They're both barely, you could staple them together and barely get anything done. What's up, Audit? You in there, Audit? Are you in there? Maybe you're getting in there. Coinstar, go big or home. I remember Coinstar. That's the thing that you change your coins into. I think those people make some pretty good money. Probably find some pretty rare coins, too. Rare, pennies and nickels and quarters. Just scavenging. Found the one quarter that's worth $100. I don't know. I guess they'd be pretty dinged up with all the other coins. I don't know how nice the coin would look. They do have call-in Audit. I thought you were there, Audit. I thought you would be in here. They have the if you rewind the video back about 3 minutes, the call-in's in there. It's an 877 number. Oops, excuse me, I burped. Yeah, 877 number. There's a Coinstar in the dispensary. No, my God, that's awesome. Fools are going in there with jars of quarters, jars of pennies and shit, going to get some weed. Hey, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Still cash. All right, please stand by. Come on, man. How long do we need to stand by for? I'm guessing another 4 minutes till 11 on the dot. It's funny, they had a whole timer going while I was talking to you, showing the river. Timer went, and I guess still not ready. There's that. And this gives me time to tell you guys about the. Well, I guess maybe I should wait for later on tonight when there's more people. But I was just wondering, well, we could talk about it then too, I guess. But what's going on with all the Uber drivers and them not using deodorant? I mean, I'm starting to think it's like a whole thing. Like, is it them just getting back at the passengers? I mean, because Stefan, ordered us an Uber because again, we're at the hotel. Okay, we got a giant tour bus. We can't just drive the tour bus everywhere. That's to stay parked. So we have no way to get around other than call an Uber, right, or a taxi, right? So you're gonna call an Uber like the rest of the world. Uber comes, and this gentleman, I mean, bro, He came in like a minivan, and his armpits, I mean, I smelt it the second I got in. I smelt like garlic and onion. And of course, all the windows were up. So what does he do? We start to drive, and he lowers down the front 2 windows, but just like halfway. And Kristen's sitting in front, like right in back of him. Stefan's in the other seat next to Kristen. And then there's me behind Kristen and Edgar next to me in the way back. So we start to move now. We're moving. And I swear to you, the air is coming through that crack in the window and going right into his armpit and just tumbling the smell right into Kristen's face, over Kristen's face, and then back to me. And now Edgar and I are like trapped because it's like tumbling in the back, and there's no way to open the windows. There's no way to get out of there. So now I'm like this, and I'm literally talking like this, and I just start laughing. Edgar's laughing because I'm laughing. And then Kristen turns around like, what? And, like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, man, I was just like this. And she starts laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing? And we all know why we're laughing. And then we're looking over at Stefan, and he doesn't want to laugh, but he's smiling because he knows why we are laughing. Holy shit, it just fucking stunk in there. Didn't want to say nothing. Finally got out. And I'm telling you, I had a hoodie on. And I just had like this on the hoodie the whole time. Like I was sniffing in my hoodie the smell of, fucking, snuggle. Give me all the snuggle I can give you. Decided to smell his armpit. We get out. We're all good. Eyes are a little watery. I don't have any Ozium, Sean. In the back of somebody's car, and I didn't think I had to pay to be in a stanky ride. So anyways, we go do what we do. Of course, we need another ride back now. So now we get another ride back, and holy shit. This guy's not as bad, but almost as bad. I mean, you could clearly smell a hint of fucking BO. Like a solid BO odor. Fucking reeks. So now it's 25, 30 minutes back in a straight armpit capsule. Like I was wrapped in his armpit. Honestly, we were all wrapped in his armpit. But regardless, finally, we can't wait to get out. The door opens. It's like, whew, just the armpit just wafts out. And again, I'm like this all the way back, thinking to myself, what's going on here? This driver, I didn't see it because, Stefan was the one ordering on his Uber. So I didn't know, what the driver's rating was or anything. I'm just wondering, what are they rating this guy? Like, somebody's got to leave him like 3-4 stars, less than a 5-star rating for that armpit. They just have to. It stinks. They just have to. You don't want to pay to endure that. So yesterday I had to go pick up my car. Okay? Go to pick up my car, and the closest one is an Uber Black, not a regular Uber X. And it's like $2-3 more. So I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's closer. Give him $3. I don't give a shit. So this nice fucking Suburban pulls up. Get in, and this dude fucking stinks too.
County Board of Supervisors. Today is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025.
That's a man.
We take note that a quorum of the board is present. The acting chief executive officer,
Can you guys
county
hear?
council, executive officer, and sergeant at arms are all here to assist. We will begin today's board meeting with the land acknowledgement.
Like, so what's going on? Why y'all stink? Why y'all motherfuckers stank? Like, we gotta pay for
The
that?
County of Los Angeles recognizes that we occupy land originally and still inhabited and cared for by the Tongva, Tataviam, Serrano,
You couldn't pay me to go to
Quiche,
India.
and Chumash peoples. We honor and pay respect to their elders and descendants, past, present, and emerging, as they continue their stewardship of these lands and waters. We acknowledge that settler colonization resulted in land seizure, disease, subjugation, slavery, relocation, broken
it's getting
promises,
deeper as she speaks
genocide,
further in.
and
Hey,
multi-generational
they got
trauma.
Darren Jones
This
is in dinner.
acknowledgement demonstrates our responsibility
they
and
finna take
commitment
that
to
down.
truth, healing, and reconciliation, and elevating the stories, culture, and community of the original inhabitants of Los Angeles County. We are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these ancestral lands. we are dedicated to growing and sustaining relationships with Native peoples and local tribal governments, including, in no particular order, Fernandinho Tataviam Band of Mission Indians, Gabrielino Tongva Indians of California Tribal Council, Gabrielino
Yeah, yesterday
Tongva
was Columbus
San Gabriel
Day.
Band of Mission Indians, Gabrielino Band of Mission Indians Quiche Nation, San Manuel Band of Mission Indians, San
Is San
Fernando
Manuel
Band of Mission Indians.
Casino still around? It's
To
gotta
learn
be.
more about the First Peoples of Los Angeles County, please visit the Los Angeles City County Native American Indian Commission website at lanaic.lacounty.gov.
I'm going to go over to there
The
and
invocation will
play
be led by the
Buffalo.
Reverend Cynthia Wally Hager, First Congregational Church of Long Beach from the 4th District, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Timothy J. Lovett, member, American Legion, Santa Clarita from the 5th District. If you are able, please stand.
So we went from, again, the city guys to the
Loving
county.
Creator God, in the gift of this new day, in the gift of today's rainfall, in the gift of this present moment, let us be grateful. But also, let us be attentive. Let us be open to what is happening now, and let us be open to what has never happened before. We ask that
Thank you,
you be
Josh.
with us as we set about on the work ahead. Help us to really see and hear one another as we engage in this work. Help us to listen for what it is that you are calling us to do and be in this world. Help us
No more,
to
Daniel.
embrace our
Separation.
differences, to see past our disagreements, and to reach out across divides in new and creative ways. Help us to be attentive to the needs of those of whom we represent. And may we always strive to act out of love and not fear. May it be so. Amen.
Yes, there is no separation of church and state. Daniel, that doesn't
Good morning. I'd
exist
like to
anymore.
thank my wife, Kimberly, Captain Nancy Escobedo, Lieutenant Hector Mancinas for supporting me in this, as well as the
Love
rest
how
of
they have
my
the
Sheriff's Information Bureau
chick
family.
up
Thank you
there
for coming out
filming with
today.
her phone.
Please face the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. If you're a veteran, you may render a hand salute.
Remember, guys,
And
we're
join
going to
me in
see
the
the
Pledge of
sheriff
Allegiance.
department because it's the county. They watch the county.
I pledge
Normally, we
allegiance
see
to
LAPD
the
because
flag
that's the city.
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Supervisor Hahn.
Old Janice Hahn. Ugh.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In honor of LGBTIA plus History
course.
Month,
History
I'm
Month.
pleased to welcome the Reverend Wally Hager, who serves as the Associate Minister for the First Congregational Church
Isn't that
in Long
like
Beach.
July, June?
Reverend Wally grew up in San Bernardino and has lived in Southern California her whole life. She attended Chapman University, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts in Religious Studies and Organizational Leadership,
Isn't
and
it
later
like June?
Claremont School of Theology, where she earned her Master of Divinity. Ordained in the United Church of Christ, she has served 3 churches over her 20 years of ministry. She currently serves at First Church, as it's affectionately known, which sits proudly at the corner of arts and justice. They have a long history of engaging in the issues important to our local community and beyond. During the AIDS crisis of the 80s and 90s, they were fierce advocates for the LGBTQ plus community, a legacy that continues today. Every year at the Long Beach Pride Parade, for a portion of the parade, they unfurl a 60-foot-long banner that shields marchers from protesters with the words, "We protect our children from hate." And thank you for that, because I get yelled at sometimes when I'm in that parade. They were also the first church in Long Beach to host a drag show in their sanctuary. And most recently, they raised over $5,000 at their drag trivia night to benefit the Trevor Project, which provides life-saving crisis support and suicide prevention services for our LGBTQ plus youth. When she's not leading worship or organizing at
For
church,
now, Wes,
you'll
they'll
often
overturn
find
it.
Wally speaking at City Hall, rallies, and protests. For example, she was honored to offer the prayer at Long Beach's Trans Day of Remembrance. Wally lives in Long Beach with her wife, Kelly. They just celebrated their 10-year wedding anniversary last weekend. Their 4-year-old daughter, Laurel, and their mini chickens and cats live with them. So thank you so much for being here this morning. You honor us with your presence and your words. So on behalf of the County of Los Angeles, we have a little token of our
peachy
appreciation
folder.
for you attending our meeting today.
Is that to cover the Adam's apple?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just virtue signaling baloney.
Please join me in thanking Sergeant Timothy Lovett for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance this morning.
That's a guy.
Sergeant Lovett served
way.
in the United States Marine Corps from
That's a man.
1998 to 2000. He served with the 2nd Battalion, 7th Marine Regiment, Fox Company
Terry.
as a rifleman infantry squad leader. During his service, he received the Navy
That's
and
a
Marine
man.
Corps
I don't care
Achievement
what nobody
Medal with
tells me.
Combat Distinguishing Device and the Iraqi Campaign Medal. Sergeant Lovett currently works for the Sheriff's Department
You're
where he
right, Daniel.
oversees the Sheriff's Information Bureau personnel, who are all in the audience, by the way. He also was previously worked at patrol for both the Palmdale Station and the Temple Station as a field training officer. He is currently finishing up his bachelor's degree in criminal justice with National University and plans to begin a degree program in Homeland Security and Criminal Intelligence next year. Sergeant Lovett is from Santa Clarita, where he resides with his wife, Kimberly, who's here with us, and his children, Madeline, Trenton, and Connor, Avery, and Anthony, who is currently active duty in the Army. While he's not working, he enjoys golfing, weightlifting, coaching his kids' sports, traveling, and collecting sports memorabilia for his children. Sergeant Lovett, thank you for your service to this nation and for leading us in the
Yes,
Pledge of
Sandra.
Allegiance and for everything you do each and every day when you put that uniform on. Let's give him a round of applause.
Yes, this is what they do here. It's our first time watching the county. We normally just watch the city, but the city was 19 minutes long this morning due to the rain.
Thank you.
Nobody wanted to come out and talk to them.
Thank you. And now,
Yesterday was your
now
birthday,
we have
Terry?
a cat.
Happy
but I'm
birthday,
gonna
Terry!
let
Happy
them hold the
birthday.
cat because if I hold the cat, it may jump out and run away.
Happy
But
birthday,
this
you
is
thing
the
from another world, you.
sweetest
birthday, Terry.
cat. His name is Tux. He's a 5-year-old cat who is sweet,
Aw,
gentle,
I
and
want
very,
him.
very easygoing. He loves cozy naps and playing with feather toys.
Bro, look how
He's
big
looking
his
for a
hands
relaxed
are.
home where he can
Stop
where he
it.
can be your loyal and loving companion.
He can
If
palm
you're
a
interested
basketball
in
with those
adopting
hands.
Tux, please call the Agora Care Center at 818-991-0071. And seriously, he was up. He just lays in your lap
You can have a
and
brain.
is very, 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 very mellow. Thank you for being the model today. And now, would you please turn your attention to the screen for our pet from Palmdale? Everyone is raving about this sweet dog. Her name is Rave. She's a 3-year-old
Look at her tongue.
Siberian Husky.
Look at the end of her
Her
tongue.
warmth and energy will
Brown.
make her your forever friend. To bring Rave home, call the Palmdale Care Center at 661-575-2888. And as a reminder, adoption fees are waived whenever it's raining, which it is today. So head to animalcare.lacounty.gov to see all the pets that are ready to snuggle up with you on this rainy day. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. We are now going to have the executive officer please call the agenda.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. Today's agenda will begin on page 2, Set Matter 1. Set Matter 1 is a report by the Chief Executive Officer on the county's budget, including the latest federal and state policy changes with potential impacts to county staff, contracted providers, and service delivery. On item Set Matter 1, this item will be held for report. On page 3, Consent Calendar, Board of Supervisors, items 2 through 11. On item 8, Supervisor Solis requests that this item be held. On item 9, Supervisor Solis requests that this item be held.
Cut that nail.
On item 11, the Executive Officer requests that this item be continued 1 week to October 21st, 2025. On page 9, Administrative Matters, items 12 through 30. On item 13, the Acting Chief Executive Officer requests that this item be continued 1 week to October 21st, 2025, as indicated on the supplemental agenda. On item 15, Supervisor Horvath requests that this item be held. On item 22, the Fire Chief requests that this item be referred back to the department as indicated on the supplemental agenda. On page 22, this includes miscellaneous additions to the agenda which were posted more than 72 hours in advance of the meeting as indicated on the supplemental agenda. Item 28A. On page 23, Special
This is
District
the county,
agenda.
not the city.
This is the agenda for the meeting of the Los Angeles
Other half of
County
the Clowncil.
Development Authority, items 1D to 5D. On item 2D, this includes a revision as indicated on a supplemental agenda. On page 27, Special District Agenda. This is the agenda for the meeting for the Los Angeles County Public Works Financing Authority, item
it's the one
1F.
that sucks electric.
On page 28, Notices of Closed Session, items CS1 to CS4. On items CS2 and CS4, these include additions as indicated on the supplemental agenda. That completes the reading of the agenda, Madam Chair. The requests for refer back and continuance through CS4 are before you.
Thank you. Moved by Supervisor Mitchell, seconded by Supervisor Solis to approve
this
the
is somebody
items. That
different,
will
X.
be the order. Executive Officer, please play the code of conduct.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is the
may I please
county,
have
not
your
the city.
attention? The meeting of the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors is about to commence. A code of conduct will now be read, and we request that you comply with it to ensure the efficient administration of the meeting. Members of the public, it is your right to participate in today's board hearing, and the board encourages such participation. However, the right of the public to address
Just
the
wait,
board
SD.
must be balanced with the need to ensure that public comment does not interfere with the orderly course of the board's business. All are reminded to abide by the following rules. Speakers must cease speaking immediately when their time has ended.
Immediately.
Public comment on agenda items must relate to the subject matter of that item. General public comment is limited to subjects within the jurisdiction of the board. Public comment does not include the right to engage in a dialogue with board members or staff. Please remain respectful of the forum and refrain from uttering, writing, or displaying profane, personal, threatening, derogatory, demeaning, or other abusive statements toward the board, any member thereof, staff, or any other person.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Members of the audience should be respectful of the views expressed by speakers, staff, and board members, and may not clap, cheer, whistle, or otherwise disrupt the orderly conduct of the meeting. Any person engaging in conduct that disrupts the meeting is subject to being removed from the board meeting. And finally, if you witness conduct or behavior by other members of the public that disrupts your ability to remain engaged or participate in this meeting, please notify the Sergeant at Arms or other county staff. Thank you for your cooperation.
Today's board meeting order will be closed session matters followed by set matter 1, then items 8, 9, and 15, finishing with public comment on items not held for discussion by the board and general public comment.
we don't have to go that
Before we
far.
begin, Executive Officer, please read the call-in information and explain our speaking rules.
All right, call in
Good morning, members of the
information.
public. If you wish to participate in public comment, you may do so in person or remotely. To participate remotely, please visit our website at www.bos.lacounty.gov to register and join the meeting, or you may call 213-306-3065 and use access code 25390826861 and meeting password 2672025. You will have the opportunity to address the board throughout the meeting. For items not held by the board, you will receive 1 minute for one item and up to 2 minutes for 2 or more items. For items held by supervisors, you will have 1 minute to address the board, 1 minute to address the board on general public comment, for a total of 6 minutes. When it is your turn to speak, if registered on a computer or device, you will hear a beep and your name will be called. Or if joining by telephone, you will hear your line is unmuted. Your area code and the first 3 digits of your phone number will be called. To ensure we hear from both in-person and remote speakers, we will alternate between the two speaking queues. Members of the public who are in attendance, when you hear or see your name displayed on the screen, please come down to the front of the boardroom and staff will assist you. Please do not approach the podium until directed to do so. Madam Chair, members of the board, before we go into closed session, we will take up public comment on the closed session items.
All right. Do we have any
always-
public comment?
We start and go straight
Do we
to
have any public comment?
I mean, straight to fucking close session.
Madam Chair, there are no in-person speakers that have signed up for this item. We will go to remote speakers.
Uh-oh. Only
As a final
callers.
reminder for remote participants to be placed in the speaking queue
Viewer
to address
discretion is
item,
advised.
And closed session items. If you have not already done so, use the raise hand feature on your device or press star 3 on your telephone now. Will caller 81645, your line is unmuted. Please state your name and begin.
Thank you. It's Eric Previn from Studio City.
Eric!
And, I'll comment on the closed session items only. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Supervisor Barber. What can I say? Thank you to the LA Times for the report on the AB 218 potential fraud. It's heartbreaking. The county ought to pause the conveyor belt, the payouts, long enough for an actually independent audit. You know, quickly review these files, make sure there's no duplicates, and we have to figure out how to do a better job of vetting. And, you know, vetting after payment is damage control, which is what we're dealing with now. The cleanup has to start while things are still warm. We've got to shut this down, and we got to replace the current claims board. By the way, I hope Davenport's okay. It's good to see Nachita back in the chair, but that's very bad timing to be stepping away. I hope she's okay. We need a public claims board with people who don't work for county council, CEO, and auditor controller, but actually have eyeballs and a fresh take and the possibility of identifying these kinds of problems. So that needs to be done. And, you know, it's all, we got distracted in the big fight for Measure G, which is off to the side, nowhere. Nobody wants to add more of same of what we have. We need to make accountability a priority here. And we have put, the fact that it's the largest settlement in the history of the United States
Thank
of America.
you. Next speaker.
I miss Eric
Shada
Previn.
Colomator, your line is unmuted. Please begin.
And they dunked him.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Shada Colomator. I am a mother in north of Santa Monica area. My daughter is now attending Roosevelt Elementary. I wanted to speak on the lack of transparency of the two facilities being opened on 413 and 825 Ocean Avenue.
This is public comment on the closed session items only?
Yeah.
Okay. My apologies.
No problem.
Thank you. We'll move to the next speaker.
Aw.
Oh, to everybody. Okay, there are no other speakers.
Jesus, that's it.
That concludes public comment on this item.
Thank you. Executive Officer, please read us into closed session.
Members of the public,
Making
the
it
board will
closed
now
now?
be going into closed session. While the board is in closed session, we will be showing video presentations. Supervisor Solis has a video presentation recognizing the Restorative Care Village in East Los Angeles,
Why not do this
Temple
after?
City Moon Festival, and Pasadena Humane. In accordance with Brown Act requirements, notice is hereby given that the Board of Supervisors will convene in closed session to discuss item number CS1, conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation. Item number CS2, conference with legal counsel regarding anticipated litigation, 2 cases. Item number CS3, conference with labor negotiators and designated staff from the Chief Executive Office. Item number CS4, public employee performance evaluation as indicated on the posted and supplemental agendas.
See, that's weird. So now they're going to go to a fucking... So you brought all these people in, waited all this time, got one call from Eric Previn, hung up on basically the other lady, you know, and now they're going into a closed session. And who knows how long they could be in there. Again, they could be in there 6 minutes. They're really only talking about those 2 items, which are the same item. Or they could be in there for an hour. But I guess we do have another one to watch when these guys finish early, maybe. I don't know. It's weird. All that for that. You know, that just goes to show you their ignorance. Now I know what you'll say. Well, there's a way to do things, Damon. To me that doesn't seem very efficient. Just doesn't. Either do the closed session beforehand or the closed session after the fact. I mean, it's not like the public comment sways you in any shape, form, or fashion anyways, right? Let's just be honest. I mean, you might actually be listening as to where the city doesn't, maybe the county does. I don't know. Maybe they're just kind and listen to you more, still while not doing anything. But that's just how they go. I mean, it makes no sense to bring all these people in the room to do that, to sit down, to start the stream, and then to go away. Just doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm an idiot. I mean, I literally have probably a 68 IQ. And it doesn't make sense to me. I can't figure it out. Hopefully the people with the high IQs can help out. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. And I don't care what anybody tells me. The one that's leading that meeting is a man. There's just no way. And if he is not a man, he's the most man-like woman I think I've ever met. I saw those hands. He could totally palm a basketball. You can hear the voice. It's cracking and getting deeper. I don't know. It's a whole crazy thing. Look, old stupid Joe, they rolled him in. He doesn't even know where he's at. God, it's all just a show. This is all just a show. The idiot governor behind him. Yeah. So I don't know what we do, guys. We can leave it here and be done. Or we can, might as well watch the river. The river's more exciting than seeing Jerry Velasco. Live shot of the rain. As you can see, it's still coming down. Still raining. Not a whole crazy amount, but enough to keep the water still a-flowing. And all the garbage a-going. Well, of course they're corrupt. LA's Most Wanted. Just want to see if they're worse. The county is worse than the city. The funny thing is they both have something in common, that they're both broke. They're both ran poorly. They're both broke. County has tons of layoffs coming up and going on. Same with the city. And the state too. You know? Across the board. The state of California and the city and county of Los Angeles. All in the toilet. All in the toilet. Getting flushed down the river. Our executive orders and laws just to show. I think everything you see that you see on $500 fine, everything you see on this box is just a show. It just is. And even if you saw something like this tree fall right now in front of our faces and get swept down, they'd tell you how it's climate change and they'd shape the story for you. Not that the soil around the roots were rotten and the tree just happened to fall over. No, there's always got to be a bigger plan to it. It's climate change. Trees are just laying over dying by themselves. It is cleaning the streets. It's cleaning the air. It's cleaning the streets. I love it. Wind will come after the rain, right? Push all the storm out of here. Fucking air will be nice and crisp for a day, maybe. When SWAT comes to my house, it's just a show. Well, you swatting me? You need to know that I will be there in court. Make sure you do every day you need to do it. I'll believe that. You best believe that one. I'll be sitting behind you in court with a nice suit on, making sure every day that you get what you deserve. So yes, I think a whole lot of what you see is a show, if not everything. It's all spun. No chemtrails or Doppler radars burning holes in the sky thanks to the government shutdown. I heard a lot of people saying that. Aerosol aluminum, none of that in the sky. You know what's crazy is normally here, I don't know about in your state, but here, you know, of course, they know, they have Doppler radar. They know when the storm should be coming. And, of course, they fear-monger you. Oh, it's, you know, tidal waves coming, tsunamis coming. We're having tornadoes in California, all this shit. Meanwhile, it's a normal, mild storm. You know, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain, which to us is a lot of rain. 1 to 2 inches is a lot of rain for a place that only gets about 7.5, 8 inches a year. So it's a big storm. I get that. But the fear-mongering is at an all-time high. You know, Matt, they love to swirl even a storm for you. Oh, that'd be nice, Juan. That'd be nice. But you notice, at least what I was going to say is I notice here, normally before it rains the day before, 2 days before, they're literally spraying. Like you can see the lines. And to me, I think it's cloud seeding. You know, you can look up Operation Popeye. They did it, you know, in Vietnam to the Viet Cong because they'd hide underground and they couldn't find them or get to them because of this tunnel system. So let's make it rain. They do it in Dubai, right? They cloud seed. It's a real thing. Okay? So it'll just constantly make it rain or rain more than it should, manipulate it a little. Right? And this is something that's been going on since the mid-'60s. I'm not saying it's a space laser or anything else. Just saying it's cloud seeding. And I think they do that here. And I didn't see that here the day before or so. Because I can tell you a couple days before it rained, I remember telling you guys what a beautiful day it was. It was like a Sunday, and I was telling you guys Tuesday morning what a fucking beautiful day it was on Sunday, where I had to like drive around with the windows down, like the air was fresh. It was just nice. It was a beautiful fucking day. So, yeah. And yeah, no, they're still at the other one. I'm watching the other one. She's talking, so I figured either we could stare at her not hearing her. I'd rather stare at the trash in the water going by. And maybe catch a glimpse of a Olympic swimmer practicing his way swimming upstream. I mean, you really could be an Olympic swimmer, and you're getting pushed back by this with ease. You're not making any headway trying to swim upstream, being a fucking Olympian. Get Michael Phelps in there. He won't stand a chance. And that's the fucked up part, too. There's not really any way to get out. If you notice, everything's really smooth. And there's really not many barriers in the middle either to grab onto. So, next thing you know, you've been pulled 3 miles while they're trying to catch you. Bigfoot does the cloud seeding in his flying saucers. Don't let Steph Tone know, because he'll find out when that is. We'll go check out the saucer and Bigfoot. We don't think we didn't stop the bus in the middle of Lake Tahoe to where you couldn't see your hand in front of your fucking face. I was like, what the fuck? The bus is stopping? There's no way we're supposed to be. I look out the window, it's fucking pitch black. Like, what the fuck's going on? And of course, all of them jump off the bus. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're looking for Sasquatch. Shh. And we're literally out in the middle of nowhere. Between Lake Tahoe and Sacramento. In the middle of the forest where you can hear the fucking river just, bustling down, the stream going down, 20, 30 feet down the embankment. And that's all you heard. Stood out there for 5 minutes waiting to see if you could hear anything. Nothing. But don't think that wasn't true, because it absolutely is. Steph Tone's on the hunt. He's going to find him a Sasquatch. I don't know, Ace. You'd have to find her and ask her. But I just love how that was the first thing. I had to get that in there first. A little bit of knee bending. Try to help out a dog and a cat, which is nice. I thought both of them were good-looking animals. Not yet, Mr. Classic, but we're looking. They're busy talking about the Hollenbeck Police Activities League 18th Annual Hope and Dreams Gala. Leadership Award going to Hilda Solis. Well, there's lots of lots in that water. Summit is very dangerous. Yeah, we weren't up there, Olivia. I mean, you can only go so far with a tour bus. It's not like a car, you know what I mean? Everything's slower. And again, you have to know where you're going because you have to be able to turn the bus around. It's not like a car, you know what I mean? Make a quick U-E and go back down that country road. Can't do that. Got a big-ass bus. No, not at all, FJB. It's called rain. That's all dirty rainwater coming down right now. It's been raining since, I don't know, about midnight last night, at least at my house, about 10 o'clock. It started a little, like just enough to barely get the driveway wet. And then it would go back and forth, dry off, and then kind of get wet and dry off. And then around midnight, it actually started raining. Since midnight to now, and I think it's supposed to go till 5, 6 o'clock today. Yes, Patriot Man. The NVA, not NBA. So yes, I know what you're talking about. North Viet Cong Army. Trust me, that was just the first time they talked about using it. I'm sure they've been doing it longer than that. That was just another fully functional test. I mean, shit. I don't know about you guys, but I grew born and raised here, and I can vividly remember in about 85, maybe 86, where they did malathion spraying over Los Angeles because they said we had a Mediterranean fruit fly problem. Okay, the fruit flies were killing all the crops. Now, we don't have a whole lot of crops here, but again, a lot of people have orange trees and lemon trees in their yards, and of course, the fruit flies would get on there if they're, if they're in fields, they'd be there too. Wherever the fruit is, they're going to fly to, right? So literally during the night, they'd have helicopters flying, spraying this shit called malathion, and in pattern over the city. Okay, so when you came out in Hollywood, okay, in the middle of Hollywood, you came out to your car in the middle of the night, your car was covered in this red shit. Almost like Phos-Chek. You know what they use to stop the fires, to have the fire run up to it? Almost like that. Your whole car was dusted out. Okay, anything and everything outside was dusted out. And they sprayed it all over the city. Many, many times. You could hear the helicopters slowly coming through over your house, spraying all this shit, telling everybody to go inside as it's being sprayed. Dude, that's a super harmful pesticide. They just sprayed that shit all over us. No fucks given. So, when people talk about other things being sprayed, I totally believe it. Why wouldn't they? Because they don't use malathion anymore for anything, from what I gather. It's not used anymore. Not here. So, weird world. And I remember that shit. I don't have to remember a video of it or whatever. This was before the internet. But I'm sure if you look up on the internet somewhere, go to DuckDuckGo and search it, malathion spraying in Los Angeles, you'll see. You'll see. All right, we'll give it a few more minutes here. If not, I guess we'll just pull the plug. Because I don't know, like I said, guys, they could be in there 2 hours. They could be in there another 5 minutes. I don't know. So, can't give them too much time. I got shits to do. That's right, Oathkeeper. And you remember that. Make sure to get that extra, too. And in fact, Oathkeeper, you can have mine. I'm about saving lives. So, I've been here long enough. I want to save another life so someone can have mine. Hey, shut up. It's heating up. On the night, yes, 8 p.m. Yes, they did, real life, and it hurt a lot of soldiers that were out there smoking that wild weed, that wacky weed that was out there in the fields. They were spraying it with that, and fools were smoking it, getting sick. Yeah, pesticides. Spraying the mosquitoes over the party. I do remember them releasing something like that, talking about releasing them. I don't remember that over my house. You know what I mean? I remember the malathion spraying very, very much so. Yeah, we're doing it right now, Christian. It's filling the... Oh. Cow manure. Yeah. A lot of growers use pesticides. It's unfortunate. You know, that's another reason why the testing for weed became so, stringent. People are using pesticides. The outdoor folks, because most indoor folks don't really have to worry about bugs. They're more worried about, the water not watering right or overwatering or the lights turning off when they're not supposed to and things like that. I think that's more what they're worried about versus actual bugs. It's the outdoor growers that are worried about the bugs. Bugs like that food. I mean, they like that weed, man. The moths. Moths love the weed. They go right onto the nugget. Then the moth goes and drills into the bud, the actual nugget you're going to smoke, and then puts a worm in there. Like it puts its babies in there. And the babies come out, and obviously that's no good, the weed anymore. So I think that's a huge problem, the moths. That's why you need, like a hoop or, things to protect it, or actually have it in a greenhouse. That way you can limit the action from the bugs. All right, let's get it.
Smoke.
Oh, I'm sure they did, Shane. Anything the government doesn't get their cut on, they're gonna stomp out. And that's what's funny when you really look at what's happening. So the states, over 30 of them, are saying, you know what, we don't care what the federal government says about cannabis. We're going to decriminalize it since we can't make it legal, right? Because the federal government has to deschedule it in order for it to become legal. So we'll decriminalize it. Just tell the cops not to really bother with it. That way we can tax it. So the state's just giving the middle finger, the states are giving the middle finger to the federal government, right? You're not paying a federal tax on the cannabis. You're paying a state tax on the cannabis. An excise tax. James cloud seeding right now. That's it. So yeah, that's why I say it's not legal. It's just decriminalized. Even in Amsterdam, you can get in trouble for weed. You go roll around with a backpack of weed, go get caught by the cops outside of a coffee shop and see what happens to you. I assure you, you'll be in a jail in the Netherlands for sure. It's like a whole cat and mouse game for the grower to grow the weed, get it on his scooter or car, and bring it to the coffee shop. And as soon as he gets into the coffee shop and crosses that threshold, safe. It's the safe zone. They can't get you no more. That's the game that's played. What's up, Todd? Happy birthday, Todd!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy New Year!
Happy birthday, you thing from another world, you.
Happy birthday!
Todd, you and Terry have the same birthday. That's funny. It's Terry's birthday yesterday, too. An $8 joint is $14 with tax. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Missy. Again, And the city doesn't bother you. Why? Because you're giving them a cut. The federal government comes in and takes your dispensary down because they're not getting a cut. That's it. Oh, there's something big. What's this blue thing right here? What is this? Is that like a chair or something? A ball? What is that? A workout ball? What the fuck is that? Just so much garbage. I guarantee you, if you had like a strainer, the strainer would be full and the water would be going over the strainer, I bet. It would catch that much debris that fast. There's that much garbage in that water. You just can't tell because most of it's under the surface. So. Yeah, Daniel, they're definitely not waiving it. I'm going to give it a few more minutes here and we'll see. How long would you say they've been at closed session? I'd say about 12 minutes. I can't remember, but I'd say about 12. I think it was a ball. DEA raiding dispensers is just a show. No, it really happens. But the reason they tell you they're raiding it is the narrative part of the show. Again, lots of things happen. They really do happen. But they didn't happen the way they say it did. Part of the show. Create the show, and then you spin the narrative. It is, Stacy. It really is sad to see all the garbage that people go camping and they don't pack it up. They pack it all out, but they don't pack it up and take it home. It's fucking sad. But I also say those are lowlifes. A little cart from the studio. Those are just lowlifes. Their lowlife parents did the same thing and taught their kids, I'm done with this, Pepsi can. I'm just going to throw it on the ground instead of walking over a few more feet to the trash can and putting it in the trash can. And I really feel they teach their kids, and then on it goes. And the low life cycle continues. What's up, jet lag? 23 minutes already? Holy smokes, guys. All right, so we'll give it a few more. Figure like maybe 7 max. That way you give them 30 minutes. That should be enough to talk about the 2 fucking items they had. There's another ball, by the way, a little pink one. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, Cass, it's a sad deal. Those are the ones that make cities look like shit. Wherever they go, they throw their trash. You live next to them, they have garbage all out in the front yard, in the backyard, the side yard, throwing shit on their roof. You know what I mean? That ruins their property value. It ruins the property values of the people across the street and next door and on that block. Nobody wants to live next to the hoarder. Nobody. I don't care what neighborhood you're in. That's just true. There's some more garbage. Looks like I don't know what that is. Looks like a fan belt. That's some other debris. Ghost train haze. I get it, Scott. I'm hitting some blue runts. I had some blue runts left over in my backpack. I found. So I'm just hitting it up. The government badness. Oh, I've seen Glastonbury. Yeah, people get mud fights, muddy field mess. That's the only thing I don't like about festivals. It's fun to see all the crazy bands all on one bill, But walking over the muddy mess is never fun. especially when you have to come onto your bus and, you know, you get mud on the, you know, in there, and it becomes just an annoyance. There's a lot of things to that. You know, the catering is at a minimum usually. You know what I mean? So lots of different reasons. I'm not much for the festivals, but you know, the upside is, like I said, you can see so many great bands in one day. That is cool. Yeah. Smoke and shake till, hey, that's all right, Eric. We all had those days, man. See, that's why I always have like a break in case of emergency, like hash too. Like you get yourself a little bubble hash. The shit lasts forever, Eric. Do yourself a favor. You go to your dispensary, wherever you get your weed. I'm sure they probably have hash. Not find somebody. There's got to be a dispensary near you that's got hash. Go buy a gram of hash. It's so cheap. And you just cut it up with like a razor blade or whatever. You know, I'm talking little, I mean, less than a pea. The size of less than one pea. Because if you put a whole pea, if you smoked a whole pea size piece of hash, I guarantee you're going to get blitzed. You'll be mellowed out pretty quick on just a pea size. So a whole gram will last you months. Just put it in the freezer. It'll be fine forever. Go back, take a little portion, boom, put it on top of your shake. You'll be ripped. You'll be ripped, son. In fact, you'll dust the top of the bowl off, and you'll be sitting there like that, all ripped. Come back, and it's just the bowl just dusted on the top with a little bit of the hash melted into it, and everything else will still be there, and you'll be like, damn, I'm pretty high right now. It's the good thing about hash. Mellow you out. Fucking mellow, man. Or you can just stick some on the end of a paper clip and light it. Go the old school route. That's it. I'm telling you, Eric, it's really good. I've had some hash I've had here. It's probably over a year old. Still good. Not even close to being bad. And I just have little chips and chunks in there. Put it in some tin foil. Put it in your freezer. Be great forever. That's the great thing about most concentrates. Things like that, you know. All the oils and all that stuff. You can just put it in the fridge. There's another ball. Looks like a volleyball or something. It's fucking Wilson. Wilson! Fucking Wilson. How funny would it be if it really was, though? Do that on lunch break. Nah, you'll be high. See, that's the problem with hash. It's very calming. It's very mellow. Even more so than weed. Just calming. Yeah. I'll get that report done for you, right? I'll get that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right, man. That's him, Stan. He just came by to wave hi. I saw his little finger. He was saying it right to me. Floating by with his little volleyball finger. What happened to Stinky's cam? Stinkum's cam. Where's the Stinkum's cam? It was all twisted into some sort of a pretzel or something. On my feet. He loves me. I know he does. He won't leave me alone. Go to the shower, he's there. Go to the bathroom, he's there. Eat, he's there. Damon, I can fly to Amsterdam for €30. Do you want to meet me up? What? Man, we go in there and have a good time. I can't fly there for €30. I just left Stinks for 7 days. He didn't like it. Besides, I almost feel like Amsterdam's a place for people to explore by themselves, even more so than even with a group. You know, because I like doing things in a group, but the problem with that is sometimes you only have limited time and everybody wants to do something different. And it's like, you know, sometimes you don't get anything done, or things you may want to get done. So that's the fun thing about that place. Go there, hang out, and just do you. I'd get into town, pull up to the coffee shop, go me a nice coffee, and then get a nice couple joints and some hash, roll up a fatty, then walk down around town, eat a little bit, probably roll up a couple more, then go on the smoke boat, go back to the hotel, chill, shower up, then go look for hookers. Go to the red light district. You know, and then go to like a fuck party, like one of those venues where you just watch people fuck. Yeah, lots to do. Then you go to Anne Frank's house, go to Van Gogh's place, Van Gogh Museum. If it's windy there, that means the storm's passing through. I gotta sneeze. Can do all that on Fig? Yes, you can. But, you know, Figueroa is not as nice looking. And besides, you can't get two chicks on Figueroa for what would probably be $250 for a really nice threesome that are what you'd honestly consider probably nines, like 8 or 9, you know, in the scale of women. Like, they're that pretty. Like, the hookers there aren't all beat up or overly fat with cellulite all over wearing a bikini. No, they're not. They're not. No stab wounds. Good on all that. They're not ghetto. They might be from a ghetto in Eastern Europe, and then made their way to the Netherlands to make money because where they were from didn't make them any money, and they happen to be pretty girls, but there's no, oh, well, I'm going to be the next star, or I'm going to be the next actress. They don't have that opportunity over there. So what do? They make their way there. Or they become, you know, maids in hotels and stuff like that. See a lot of, or masseuse. You know, you see it, man. I'm just saying, it's true. They're almost all Eastern European pretty girls. They really are. No joke. So you could have 2 of them for less than $300. Bang you out, son. Get you a nice threesome going. Boop, 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 boop. Do the whole shebang. Spider-Man them and everything. Get a full 100 Mississippi pee-pee touch. They'll both grab it for 100. 100 sippies. I mean, they may, when you ask them about to count out the Mississippis, they probably won't know. You just tell them to do like 100 Bratislavas. 1 Bratislava, 2 Bratislava, 3 Bratislava, 4 Bratislava. Could be that. Breaking news. L.A. County CEO gets confidential $2 million settlement that takes months along leave. Hold on. LA County CEO Fecia Davenport was quietly paid $2 million in a mysterious settlement 2 months ago. Ooh. Hold on, is this by the county? This is. See, how weird is it that I'm getting news now because we're talking about the county and not the city? That I'm getting an LA County CEO news on my phone. Odd. Davenport initially announced her leave and her staff in the county department leads to That's crazy. Crazy. $2 million settlement. Well, it doesn't say anything about sexual assault, so I was skimming through it really quickly. Just says a quiet settlement that they got for $2 million from the county. And yes, there's still a closed session. I think we got 2 more minutes here. If they're not here by 12, we're outski. We outski, man. Well, neighbor guy, I see what you're saying, but don't think that those girls coming over here getting Americanized don't switch on you either, because plenty of them do. It's the values here that a lot are brought up on. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, a lot of women here, they have a good thing, and it's just, you know, it becomes boring to them. And that's why they seek attention from other men sometimes. You know, not to say men don't do it, because they do. Some men have it great. They cheat on their girls. I think it's more of, you know, not like a male-female thing. I think it's just an individual thing. You know, just a cheater's going to cheat. It's just what they do. They're players. And they're good at playing you, telling you what you want to hear, making you feel safe, snugly, and secure. Meanwhile, they're fucking your friend or whatever, or one of your coworkers or one of their coworkers, or, you know, it happens a lot. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Mr. Classic. Take a chick who's a Thai chick and bring her here. I mean, if you stay there, maybe it's different, you know, but that's changing your whole life, too. Moving it over to a country like that, to Thailand. Again, I personally don't really find those women very attractive. In my, you know, not me. So, it is what it is. Like it's almost as though some people think that, you know, you're not whole unless you have a partner of some sort. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think you're better off being alone than in a shitty relationship. And I know plenty of people in shitty relationships complain about it all the time. Ain't getting laid. Ain't nothing happening but arguing and 2 people forcing to stay with each other. That's not a way to live either. And then to put your happy faces on for your friends every once in a while. And then go home and be miserable again. Good on that, too. So, Mr. Quinn, what's up with the canal? We're just watching the LA River bed. It is filled up. And, you know, it's raining here pretty good still. I think it's supposed to rain for a little more. That's BS. Well, I mean, you know, you can feel the way you feel. Just saying. I am speaking from my personal experiences. I've been in plenty of relationships, and I've been single plenty. Just say, so, wow, it's supposed to only rain here for till 2 o'clock, and then sunny after 2. That's it. Rain's done. And it only says like 35% chance. And no rain after that for the next 10 days. All sunny. In fact, it'll be 81 on Saturday. 81, 66 to 81 on Saturday. That shit hit home. Yeah, I mean, you know, dancing. I mean, I'm just speaking about myself. I'm not speaking about anybody or anybody else. Just me and what I've gone through in my life. And there's been plenty of times where I've been really happy in relationships, and then there's times where I've been really happy just being alone. It's nice to be able to come home and do what the fuck I want. I want to play video games. I want to sort cards. I want to jump on Smoke and Scan. I can do it. And not have a fucking headache. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting a swell in a few days. I mean, like another storm. Doesn't say it. take Mary Jane on a date. I do every night, and I treat her good, too. All right, we're going to do one more bowl and a bag, and if by the time I'm done with the bag, they're not done, we're out. Okay? I'll give you that. Because this is what I'm staring at for the last fucking 30 minutes. Just made no sense for them to come in for literally like 10 minutes to take 2 phone calls and then fucking leave and then come back again. I mean, it just goes to show you the stupidity. You should have said, okay, well, we have a light load in front of us. There's not many people in here. Let's just get this done, and then we'll go to closed session. It's not like they give a fuck what you're saying anyways, and it changes how they feel and vote. Let's be honest. How dare I abuse my freedom? It's my right to abuse my freedom, man. That's my right. Your wife's making lots of money for you right now, so you're chilling? All right. But I think goal hit $5 grand an ounce. I remember, and I always tell you guys, I remember in '98, when I had my shop, in '98, 2000, we were buying ounces of Kush for $500 an ounce, and we were laughing because we're like, dude, we can have an ounce of gold for $500, or we could have an ounce of weed, and we still always chose the weed. Fucked up part. And now we look at it, and here we are, basically 25-ish, 25, 27 years later, and now it's 10x. Essentially, if it goes to 5,000, it's 10x, right? So, I see a lot of people using it as a big alternative to other things. They feel dollars soft, and even crypto's being clamped down on. So crypto's kind of more volatile, than it's kind of been in the last little bit. It was going up and up and up and up. And took a little poop the other day, apparently. So I don't know.
Smoke.
Anything's possible, and I would say, Booty, that it probably is. It probably will. I couldn't see it going so much more higher than that, but, well, why not? I just feel like if everybody's right and the world just turned to shit and you had some zombie apocalypse, civil war pop off, what is having stacks of gold or silver going to do for you? I mean, sure, you could take them and trade them for other things, but I think you'd be better off and you'd make it through the war or the zombie apocalypse better with literally just having weapons, ammo, food, first aid supplies, what am I thinking of? Toiletries, you know what I mean? Deodorant, shampoo, soap, just small things that you really don't think much of, just enough to keep you clean and fed and protected. That's really it. That's all. Because if it really came down to it and ammo and guns were a big thing, or weapons of any kind, they'd be out, there'd be gangs and people robbing. Okay, gangs would get together and there'd be hundreds of them coming at you in mobs. So you'd literally have to have like a Gatling gun or, a 50 cal to fend them off. To where you knock down 20, 30 of them. You're like, all right, we got to think of something else. We're getting our asses handed. Weed too, absolutely. Weed. I mean, again, weed's not to everything though. Weed to me would be a big thing, yes. But a lot of people don't smoke weed. They can care less about it. Alcohol, yeah. Yeah. But now we're getting deeper into it because you don't really need alcohol and weed. Like you could totally, even if I was a weed head, right? And I couldn't find the weed, after a week, I'd be all right. I'd be like, all right, well, fuck. I'd like to smoke weed, but I don't even feel like really smoking it now after a whole week of wanting it and not having it. It's not like heroin and things like that where you're super addicted to it. It's not that way with cannabis. For the first 3 to 5 days, you might be a little irritable and want to smoke. But after that 5 days, shit, you're good. And after 5 days, You hit one bowl, you're fucking ripped. I don't care. I don't give a shit if you say you're smoking an ounce a day. Don't smoke for 5 straight days and then go back and hit a bowl out of a bong load. And I guarantee you that one bong load gets you ripped because your tolerance drops like a rock, like an absolute rock with cannabis. So on my end, I think I'd be just fine. And to be honest with you, I have a pack of seeds right here in the house. So if the shit hit the fan, all I'd have to figure out is get a pot, some soil, boom, we're ready to go. And I could grow my own weed. Even if it isn't that great, it's still my own weed. It's still something. So, just saying. Well, that's what I was saying. Meme merchant. That's what I was talking about. I said first aid supplies. So, I mean, iodine and fucking rubbing alcohol and Band-Aids and gauze and, just all the little things, something for sutures, a needle and thread so you could stitch yourself up if you had to. I know it wouldn't be the best job, but something. So that's what I meant. I have like a backpack, like a digi-camo, a bug out pack for earthquakes and shit that I bought a long time ago. It has food, water, flashlight, all kinds of shit you can think of. First aid kit. So all I have to do is grab my backpack, boom, cat, backpack, and we're good for, I think it's 40 days of MREs and everything else. I just would need water, and I have a bunch of water. I have I'd always have about, 30 gallons of water. Because I get those big 5-gallon arrowheads, and I'll buy more than I need. The water's not going to go bad. I mean, it will if it sits there for years, but I mark them, so I trade out the old ones. And the newer ones that are coming in go to the back and so on, so the water stays fresh. Ammo, yes, ammo. That's what I said, ammo, God. Man, you guys just might be joining in late or whatever. Yes. And another big thing is I got a solar charger. They wipe out EMPs. Still use the sun to charge anything I may need to cook. To try to communicate on a what do you call it? Just a handheld radio even. You know what I mean? I don't think, comms will be up for phones. So you charge it and it just, I think everything would be down. Servers would be down. So it's a brick that you'd be charging up. Stinks' food, yep. I always have a good, month extra of Stinks' food. Almost a month. I'd say about 3 weeks extra. I always have that because in case Chewy, it stays good. And just in case Chewy fucks up or whatever, I always do a little extra. So he drinks the same Arrowhead water I do. And I have Stinks' food. The only thing would be I need more poop rocks. Litter, kitty litter. That's it. Yeah, it'll be overturned, OCB, like everything else. I'm not worried about it. It's a shocking headline. Makes him seem like he's trying to do things that are good in his mind. And then it goes to the Supreme Court and gets overturned. It's usually what happens. We'll see. So I just think that's more of your the better things to hold on to, and of course being like a prepper in that sense, just having a year's supply of food. I don't have a full year, but I definitely have damn close to 6 months of canned foods and top ramen. I don't eat a whole lot of top ramen, but it'll keep you alive. So, things like that. Coffee, extra, coffee. Beach sends the good stuff. I drink the good stuff. And then the hot dog water fucking Folgers I keep to the side. Fuck, that way at least you have coffee. But, you'd be surprised on how that would be the stuff that that really sells. I think you'd have more people trying to get food and ammo from you than want your gold bar or your silver bar. I think the only ones who would want those would be the would be the ones that are completely stocked up. They're the true prepper that have 20 years of goddamn food. Everything's pickled jarred up. And those people that have an abundance of everything, they'd say, fuck it. Well, I have enough for me 10 times over. Let's get a little high on the hog here, because when things get better, which they'd have to be at some point, hopefully, then when things get back to normal, you're living high on the hog. Spam, I don't like spam, but, you know, again, you're hungry, you're going to eat it, right? But in my family, never had spam. It was never in the cupboard. So. Good old bologna. Fucking Oscar Mayer bologna. That's the closest thing we got to spam. Straight up that. Or Oscar Mayer salami. Just as bad. Actually, I'd rather have their bologna than their salami. Just me. Never much for salami. Drizzle and crazy wind, yeah. As you can see, it's not really raining too much here, and like I said, it said 2 o'clock, so I mean, another hour and a half or so, hour 45, it'll become done completely. Like storm out of here gone. So the wind should start kicking up here, cleaning out the sky. Yeah, Optimus. I know a lot of folks like it. I know a lot of folks are into the spam. And like I said, if I'm hungry, I guarantee you someone will cook up some spam and I'll eat it. Because you're hungry. And you don't have any other fucking choice. Right? And us city dwellers, it's not like you folks in the Midwest that, okay, well, I'm hungry. Let me go out back and find a deer and I can catch a deer. You know what I mean? Or a rabbit or something to eat. Not really that way here. You'd have a tough time finding animals like that to shoot and eat. You'd have to go into the mountains, and even then, you'd probably find more mountain lions, and I don't think a mountain lion's going to give you much food. It's not a very fatty animal. I think you want the animals that have fat on them. That's what's going to taste better and be a bigger animal. Other animals are so lean, like a rabbit. I mean, how much meat does it have? Like a squirrel. Very lean animals. That's what I gather from watching all those shows where those people go out by themselves alone for like a month. And they catch whatever they can to eat. They're trying to catch the big game, but most of them aren't lucky enough. Canned salmon. Yeah. I think I have a lot of tuna. I keep tuna. Because I like that bologna tuna, the chicken of the sea, the brown shit with like dolphin in it and shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Flipper. I'm sorry. I don't even like the white albacore tuna. I don't like that. So yeah, just my opinion. I think those are the main things that your life would need. You know, candles, too. Forgot about candles. Because electricity could be out for a long time. So, we go through candles pretty quick. Go fishing? Sure. We can go fishing here. But that's assuming you catch something. You can fish for a long time and catch nothing. And then you got to figure, what am I using for bait? You know what I mean? Do I have any power bait for the trout or whatever? Because some of them only hit off of certain things. Okay, well, now I don't have any bait, so I'm forced to use lures. But I hope they're biting on whatever I'm throwing in there, right? A fake crawdad or whatever. But yeah, absolutely. Always having a fishing pole, working fishing pole with tackle, another big item. Absolutely. SpaghettiOs, for sure. You'll live off SpaghettiOs for a long time. But that's what I'm saying. You know, we laugh at it, but all those little things, you know, chili, like Hormel chili or whatever, Denison's, you know, that kind of stuff, go a long way. You can survive every day off of 1 can of chili. You probably wouldn't want to do it, but I assure you, you could totally do it. You might be a little gassy, but I assure you, you'll get enough protein, enough fiber from the beans, protein from the meat. Well, just one of those a day. And sure, you could, skimp out on the water. You don't have to have a huge serving of water. You'll dehydrate if you do too much, of course. But that's what I notice. Even those shows, they're not trying to do too much. You watch them; they're kind of low effort on a lot of things because they're trying to, keep their energy up. They know they can't just go full bore. They don't have the way to replenish the energy. Well, I mean, again, real life, I'm just saying it's in an apocalypse, it's kind of hard to find bait. You know what I mean? A lot of times you got to catch a fish, cut that fish up, use those pieces for bait, right? A lot of times that's what you'll do. I mean, it's easy to say when we're in a world where we could just walk into a bait store and they have tons of bait. Where's the damn bait? Well, let's just say any bait stores we go to are completely cleared out. It's empty shelves, everything. Busted into, burned out. What do? Literally dig and get worms, I guess, right? You can always find worms in a hole. That would be my first try. And then going to, if the worms aren't working, going to a lure with a worm on it. Try that. Try the lure by itself with, try it with other things. Sometimes if you can find the sprays or get root beer, stuff like that, and pour it on there. They seem to fish like the smell of root beer. Don't know why. Pigeons? Well, I mean, again, it's kind of hard to catch a pigeon. You shoot a pigeon with your gun, you're going to explode that motherfucker. Ain't going to be much pigeon left. There'll be a little piece here, a little piece there, all burnt up. Now, I'm guessing you might have a... See, and again, that might be another thing, too. You're always thinking, okay, well, I need these weapons to defend or hunt. What about a nice BB gun for small game? You know what I mean? Easier to catch a squirrel or a small game like that with a BB gun. Same with your pigeon. Right? Could be way out. 100 yards. I don't know about 100, but, 50 yards out. 30 yards out. Totally get it with a pellet gun. Right? My stored meat. Yeah. I don't have any stored meat. I'm talking, I just have really canned foods. I don't have really any stored meat. I mean, the meat still would be good for a couple months, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be at least like almost 2 months before it started to go bad if it was frozen? But I guess it wouldn't be frozen, David, because there's no power. You'd have to find ice. And the ice would melt before you could keep it good. So yeah, you're right. Guess it would go pretty bad. I guess you could grill it, like, air fry it. No. Yeah, you could still use an air fryer if you have the solar charger. Air fry it, make it into jerky. I mean, fuck, wasn't that the trappers? Isn't that what they were doing? They'd have fucking pockets filled with beef jerky. Cans of beans and beef jerky. Some water. Really about it. And whatever else they caught and fucking and cut up and cooked. Back when the old days was the old days, man. You had to go find it if you wanted it. Everybody was thin. There was no overeating. You had to go out and find it if you want to overeat. Dehydrated meat lasts a long time. That's what I'm saying, right? You just jerky it out, Beach. Containers too. You wouldn't think about that, but little things like Tupperware. Having clean Tupperware to be able to put your shit in so it stays, sealed and good. Ball jars. Because, everybody's using that to pickle shit. Because I think pickled stuff lasts a really long time, too. So, there's that. I don't know. The preppers definitely have it all down. Mushrooms. I like mushrooms. I'm not worried about it. Offer. I love offers. I'm not even mad at that. I love me some shiitake mushrooms. Mushrooms. In fact, it's like the one thing I only like on pizza. I mean, I'll eat anything pretty much other than anchovies. But if you ask me how I like it, just some mushrooms. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Fuck, we waited a long time. They're still sitting here, and they could go another hour. And I know it'll happen as soon as I end right here. Say goodbye to you guys. That's when they'll get going. That'll be that. But we're gonna check in on these guys. I've subscribed to them. We'll see what's going on there. Daniel swears it's just as good as the other one almost. Plenty of crazies. Plus you have the call-ins too, as to where the other ones don't have the call-ins. We'll be live tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific time, so please adjust to your time zones. Other than that, thank you for the likes, the love, the donos. The thumbs ups work, and they are free. On behalf of old Stink Bomb, who's asleep over in the corner over there, and myself, we're out of here for now. Stay dry. Storm's almost gone. I'm going to enjoy the last little bit of rain here. Do my E-band. I guess that's it. So you guys have a fantastic day. Keep the notifications on. I don't think we'll get any chases because of the weather. The helicopters won't be up. So I don't believe we'll get any chases, but you never know. Keep the notos on. Have a fantastic day. See you guys later tonight. Thank you for everything. Have a good day.
This party is officially over.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a going home.
Bye.